I never thought they would do this in games, but here we are. They never cease to amaze me. It's actually going to happen. They're going to be having a bunch of things that I don't even know is the right move, but we'll talk about it in this video. There's two things on the topic here today, and the first of which has been taking a lot of people by storm right now, and it has been done before. So I don't know why they had to make a whole article about this, why they had to tell this to the people, but EA is looking at incorporating ads into their games. In fact, this is what the CEO had to say, Andrew Wilson. He said, we'll be very thoughtful as we move into that. And what he's referring to is EA's looking at putting in-game ads in AAA games. This can be problematic. I mean, look, this can only either be really well done, that it's not a big deal, or it can be really poorly done and problematic. I mean, like, look, let's just look at all the ways they've done ads in game before. There were these really kind of cheeky ways where they put it in billboards and pictures. Like, you can see these pictures right here. Like, they put it in billboards within the game. So as you're running around, you'll see a billboard in the game as just like it's part of the game. And there it is. You've got ads in the game. Do people really pay attention to these? Do people even care? Honestly, most people probably don't, because do you actually pay attention to billboards as you're driving down the street? Yeah, probably don't. I really don't know why that's even a thing. Let's be honest about that. I can't even remember the last ad I saw on a billboard, but there has been other kind of strategic advertisings that you guys have not even noticed and probably didn't even realize it's an ad. For example, remember when Battlefield 2042 was coming out? When you launched Battlefield 4, right off the rip, full screen, you got a little trailer for Battlefield 2042. That's the thing. You didn't realize it was an ad, but that was an ad kind of hinting, hey, we got a new game coming out, go check it out. So that could be it could work, because new Battlefield, you know, it kind of works. Even Call of Duty does this with their games. They could also take it to being in the menus. The moment you launch the game, in the menu, you're going to see an ad saying like, hey, there's some new skin or something that you could buy. It could probably be something like that, or it could probably go a little deeper than that and kind of mess it up altogether. So I'm not entirely sure how they're going to do this, but ultimately, they were really creative with it in the past, so I imagine they're going to be creative with it in the future. I'm not too worried about it, but it could be problematic if it's just constant pop-up after pop-up after pop-up, and if it has something like nothing to do with it. Like, can you imagine? Like, we'll just talk about EA, and we'll talk like, I don't know, Dragon Age or something. I think that's an EA title. Just suddenly you get an ad for that while you're playing Battlefield. Like, what do the two have in common? They might even be like, hey, if you buy this Dragon Age game, you're gonna get yourself a cool cosmetic skin. You look like a dragon in Battlefield. And now we're going down the path of Call of Duty. So I don't know how we feel about that. Now, the other thing is, speaking about skins and all that stuff, here's something big. Here's another big thing. EA has a hunger. Yeah, I'm not kidding. This is in quotations from PC Gamer. They have a hunger to start using generative AI as quickly as possible. And that's what the EA CEO has to say. So they have a hunger. This is literally from the EA CEO. He has a hunger to use generative AI as quickly as possible in their games. How is that going to work? AI is the future at the end of the day. No matter how you guys look at it, it is the future. What they're going to do is they're going to try to fire as many people as they can. That's basically what's going to happen. They love firing people. Make more money. Anyway, point is, it's going to take a while to get this on par, but you can probably imagine within the next 5 to 10 years, because AI is blowing up so fast, they're going to get it down. And what they're going to have is just a small amount of artists that just tweak up AI mistakes. So you probably have seen some AI stuff where like an AI adds an extra finger to a dude or something. Just to probably tweak those things. But they're probably going to be using AI to make cosmetics, which is where they make their microtransactions. So instead of paying a whole art team to come up with creative ideas to make skins for characters or skins for the guns, why not just have AI just pump out a bunch of things and then force us to pay for these AI generated stuff? That's basically what the path is going to happen. They also, I just want to point this out, there has also been talks about map design. Map design is one of the hardest things that it takes for, like, it's not one of the hardest, but it does take a lot of time, and it has a huge amount of team working on it, because you got to, like, first of all, make it, design it, make it, and then make it play good, and then make it optimized, and so on and so forth, right? Especially when you start to upscale this to being really large maps, it can get problematic in terms of time. It will take a lot of time. I mean, you can only just look at Battlefield 5 with their large Battle Royale map that took forever to come out with, and that thing is enormous, and yet they only made one Battle Royale map. Same thing with Battlefield 2042. There's one, I can't even remember that game mode, some extraction shooter type of game mode. But point is, they just started using the for some maps that they have for multiplayer, and they just made them really large, and they didn't really play well and all this stuff. But anyway, you guys get the point. They're going to be trying to use AI to make these maps, to also make these things, and it can get problematic because there have been people that have said that in Call of Duty Warzone, the reason the buildings look so weird, like they have stairs on the outside and not on the inside, and there's no bathroom or point is, it's all AI generated in Warzone. The maps are like the buildings, the map design, all that stuff is like AI generated, and then they have some artists come in and just tweak it up a little bit and make it so it functions in case there were some errors along the way that the AI did. That's basically the path we're going to be looking at, especially when Andrew Wilson, being the CEO, says he has a hunger to start using AI. So you can imagine that we're going to be seeing more people fired from EA in the coming years, probably from their art team. They're going to just start cutting people and stuff because they don't need them anymore. Now they have AI doing everything. So they only need people that can code. They only need people that can just tweak the artwork that the AI is doing, and so on. And this can be problematic, but also probably good at the same time for us. Because I mean, like, I try to look at things kind of in a neutral standpoint. So let's try to look at this neutral, because if it does work, the AI kind of thing, then we're going to get a lot more content. And I'm not talking about cosmetic skins. I'm talking about maps. That's what I'm really focused on. Like, maybe we'll get more maps to play. But at the same time, if it's just cosmetic skins, who cares about that, right? Like, really, like, I mean, I guess some people want to spend out and buy some cosmetic skins, but at the end of the day, we just want a really good Battlefield, like something back to the good old days of Battlefield 4, 3, and 1, just something like that. Just give us that. But we'll see how it goes. I want to know what you guys think between the whole ads and the AI generating art and how that's going to go. I don't think we've really seen much other than maybe Warzone and what Call of Duty's been doing with their weapon skins and the map. That's about all I can think of using AI generated stuff. So I'm going to leave it at that. You guys let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.